Welcome back to another exciting video this time. Well, they're all exciting, aren't they? But, well, it's coming up to the weekend, and I am delighted to tell you that tarpaulin has arrived. So, Amazon was great. They sent it practically the next day, so lovely. We can get on with this shelter. I promised you all that I was going to build a wintertime shelter for me to camp over and film the wildlife in the winter. The tarpaulin, as you know, is to keep the snow and the rain off so that I do not get soaked. I can sit inside and film to my heart's content and other things that I want to do. Keep dry, as they would say. So, this is going to be an exciting video for you to watch me building this. As I says to you, there's lots and lots of logs and sticks and whatever all round about. Now, what I keep in mind is that when building shelters, you have to be mindful not to chop down trees to build your shelter. Disrupt the area, litter the area. You've got to keep it as if no one had been about. So this is an ideal location, as I showed you me looking for this location on a previous video. This was full of the natural things that I need, logs and twigs and branches and whatever, without disturbing or chopping any trees down to build it. So you've got to keep that in mind, that when you go into a place, you've got to leave it the way you arrived within it, if that makes any sense. Countryside rules. Old Jack the Poacher taught me a lot about that kind of thing. He always said that if you build a fire, always make sure it's out and there's no sign of a fire when you leave. Leave it the way you came in, as I just said. So, all that said and done, let's get on with it. The birds are going to love me. These logs have been lying here for years, so I'm disturbing the ground with all the little mites and insects and whatever crawling about under these logs. So when I leave, these birds are going to have a feast and a bonanza, feeding off all these bugs that were under the logs. What I'm doing is, I'm doing the back first. I want to build up, well, the back's going to be higher than the sides. and I want the back because as a windbreak, you can make multiple shapes of a little cabin, like a little log cabin. But I just want the back solid at the back so that there's no wind can get up and through from the backside and give me a chill. So the sides, I'm not wanting it too high because I want to be filming and I want to film from the sides as well. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, just like a U shape upside down. But yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun and give me a little bit of exercise. Some of these logs are pretty big, you know. I've looked thoroughly around and there's enough logs here to build a small cabin. This used to be one of those pine forests. They came in and they cleared a whole forest of pine trees, and this is the leftovers that they had. So I'm grateful for that. When I was a young boy, way back, I used to go with my granddad. I used to go to a place called the Long Line. I think I've told you this before. It was a big long line. It's what they called it. But it was a big road, and it was just like a line going straight up into the hills, into the Campsie Hills. And I used to walk with my granddad on a Sunday morning, and he would take us up to, there was a crossroads in the road up in the hills, up in the Campsie Hills, and at these crossroads they had built a little shelter just like the one I'm doing, and this shelter that I'm building today is basically the same design as my granddad's. Two sides, a back to keep the draft off you, and a tarpaulin on the top to keep the rain off you in showers, and snow showers, and hailstone showers, rain showers, any showers. So I've got my granddad to thank for this design. It's amazing what sticks in your memory, is what I says to you. Memories are great things. But yeah, thank you, Grandad, because I'm going to build another model of your shelter. Well, you and your friend's shelter. Grandad used to always, on a Sunday, take a trip up to his creation, his own shelter and meet all his friends, all his buddies. They all came from different parts of Bannockburn, St Ninians, and spent their Sunday afternoon, well, basically the whole day they used to spend, up until about 4 or 5 o'clock. Sometimes it was even later, and they used to have a nice big fire, cook their meals on the fire, and their tea. They used to have a great big black kettle, black from the fire, and they used to have a nice frying pan, blackened as well with the fire, and on went the ham and eggs, the sausages, everything you can think of, and slapped it on a nice big buttered roll. Those were the days. It sticks in my memory even when I'm an old man like today. But yeah, so this shelter I'm doing today is a well-designed shelter, but you'll see it as it goes along. Now, obviously today I won't get the complete shelter done. I'll get most of it done. I'll get the basics done anyway. It's going to take a few trips over Heathfield to here to finalise and seal these logs up so that no one gets through. But yeah, it's the basics today, but it's going to be, I'd say, about 75% built. But as you understand, I'll need to keep coming back and forward and then improving things, especially with the tarpaulin. I'm waiting on some lanyards and guy ropes and whatever to fully secure this down, and I may in fact have to get a bigger tarpaulin. We'll see what the size of this one is. I've never opened it up yet, but this was £7, I think it said £7.14 from Amazon, which is great, a great piece of value. Where'd you ever get a camouflage sheet like this for £7.14? But if I have to, I'll buy a bigger one, and this will do the ground sheet. If I have to get a bigger one, but we'll see as we go along. As you can see, it's taking shape now. Yeah, I've got a nice coloured gas stove, a small portable one, so I think instead of building a fire, I'll be cooking whatever I need to with my dinners, so that when I'm out in all those rough weathers and I'm filming the wildlife, as you know, it's a waiting game with wildlife. So what I'll do is I'll bring my little coloured gas stove and a frying pan and a kettle, and we'll cook some hot meals while we're waiting. It's all part of the adventure. But yeah, this is a long time coming, this shelter. I mean, I've been staying here for 20 years and had this in mind all the time. So yeah, at last we're getting things moving and done. Right, finally. Just a tap to go on now. It's been another windy day today. We've had the wind all this week. Monday we had those storms, and it's continued strong winds from Monday. Not that I mind, because the heat's still there as well, and the wind cools us down. Now, just judging by the size of this tarp, it's okay, but I think I will probably need to order a slightly larger one just to cover this whole camp. Yeah, just to be on the safe side. I don't want building this shelter and then get soaked from the sides and whatever. So yeah, I think I'll order another tarp. It won't go wrong, because as it says, this one that I've got here will go on the floor as a ground sheet, or I can use it for another project. Now, this morning I couldn't sleep the whole night, so I got up about 4:30 p.m. and I was out at the crack of dawn to get this project started. So I've been up nearly the whole night. As soon as daylight came in, I got packed up and came over. I mean, you've done it yourselves. There's no point in lying in bed if you can't sleep. But yeah, worthwhile project. Now what I'm also going to be doing, look at that wind, the wind's picking up again. What I'm also going to be doing is, this is a long-term project, and I'm going to be bringing bird feeders, bird stations, bird baths. Yeah, the old basin, the old drinking wells. I'll be creating some of them over here, so there'll be some nice videos coming up in the autumn time, from now on and through the autumn and into the winter. So that'll be some nice videos to look forward to, and we'll have new family of birds over in this area. It's just above the Haggis Moors, this camp, so across from Heathfield, and it's a long-term project, as it says, and I'll probably, once this is complete, I'll probably move on to another area, because I want to build 2 or 3 of these shelters in my county. So yeah, and you've seen the views that I get. So I mean, the only time that, as it says, that I'll be using the camp is for cooking things, eating, keeping a camp, keeping dry is the most thing that I need. I need these different wildlife hides, camps to move about the area, spread the wings, as they would say. So I need a station, I need a camp to go and film quite comfortably. Whereas before I would have to just pack up and go home if it was really heavy rains or snow showers. But yeah, this is looking good. So what I'll do is, and then I'll also need, because I'm just putting this up with string today just to see how it goes, this tarp, and it seems to be okay, but it's not permanent, as you can see. So I'm waiting on those lanyards and guy ropes coming so that every eyelet that's on this tarp I'll peg down, and you can see how strong this wind is. So this is a really good test today to see how this tarp copes, and it looks to me as though it's coping quite well. So I hope you have enjoyed this little adventure. I thought I'd bring you along and film it just to let you see how, I mean, you could also, if you're into the wildlife filming, or even just in a countryside area, to build a little camp as a stopover for when you're out and about. There's nothing better than having a fort or a camp just to hang about in, just like my granda used to do with all his friends. I thoroughly enjoyed it way back then, and it's stayed with me, as you can see. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and the next one should be great. Oh, by the way, I found when I was cleaning the place out with all the rubbish and whatever, I came across that old, well, not old, brand new metal detector, but it is old. It's about maybe 10 years old. But I came across the metal detector packed away in the wardrobe, so I'm going to get that out and about, and we'll go some treasure hunting as well in another video. So lots and lots to do, but I'm glad I forgot all about that metal detector. It's brand spanking new, never even used it, so we'll get a chance to go out and see if we can get some treasure as well. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Give me the thumbs up if you do, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now. What a wind.